What's up, everybody? As you can tell, I still have everything all messed up, but I finally decided we're going to give this shit show a shot and try to run it off my cell phone for the time being. And I keep getting my finger in the camera. I did the update, and now it says it's working on updates, and it's at 15%. And I was just like, we can't keep waiting because people are going to start leaving if I don't get something going. So it is tonight, folks. Tonight is a channel members live appreciation night type of deal. Thought it'd be a cool thing to do. Bring on some of the channel members. I gotta figure out how to tilt this thing, and it's a terrible way to start. And just give them a little bit of love because they do honor me by supporting me by being a channel member. So it's the least I can do. Figured what a way to wrap up the year. We've got Will over there from CNC Pythons. What's up, brother? I think we've got Greg in the witness protection program.
I'm hiding in the darkness here.
Okay, all right. Yep, there's Greg. So, witness protection, Greg from Rippin' Reptiles, and then we've got Tara there from Voodoo Doll Royals. So, everybody, thank you very much if you are in the audience. And again, sorry for the delay. The second I can get up onto the computer, because this thing just jumped up to 26%, I will be switching over to be on the computer because I don't like using a phone. Like, this is not how a live's supposed to go. Really limits what I can do control-wise because I don't know where shit is when I'm using the phone. So, anyway, what's up, guys?
How's it going? Wait, should I be talking like this so you can't hear my voice correctly?
I was gonna say you gotta you need like a muffler or something,
right?
So, Greg, where are you at? Since you're unless you're not at liberty to say because of your secret mission and/or the person stalking you might find you.
TJ's company holiday party was tonight, so we're here at that. I stepped outside because it is so loud in there that even out in the hallway, I wouldn't be able to step out and hear you or have you hear me. So I'm actually sitting out in my truck now. So that's why it's so dark because I can't get any light on me. But here I is.
Well, appreciate you joining. Hopefully, TJ doesn't get pissed at you for running off.
Nah, she's all right. She's in there. She's having a good time.
Ah, that's good. That's good. Will, where are you driving to and/or from, brother?
Just picking my wife up from work. It's cold as hell out here. It's like 40 degrees. So
wait, did you say it's cold?
42 degrees. I'm in shorts. Yes, it's cold.
Dude. Today it was warm compared to the past couple of days, my friend. Like I went outside in shorts and a t-shirt, and Karen looked at me like I was crazy. I looked at her and I said, "It feels great outside."
No. I'm old. I can't walk outside in this weather in shorts anymore. Even though that's what I just did.
Tell you what, man. And Tara, we all know where you're at. You're in the snake room, obviously. You're the only one not experiencing any technical difficulties and/or in a stable environment.
I don't know about stable, but
well. So, Will, you were you were vending Hamburg there with me. So I know that was kind of like Hamburg was a weird show, like freaking weird as hell. What were you noticing with just people walking or like with people in general at the show? Like, were they buying? Were they walking around with weird stuff, or like what was your thoughts on it?
Right at 9 a.m., foot traffic was kind of slow. But by the time the morning rolled around, it had picked up. There were a lot of people just walking by. Towards the middle of the day, towards the end of the day, I saw more people leaving with stuff. But it didn't look like it was a real buy-heavy day.
A lot of what I saw was bugs, like wood stuff, like just supply stuff was a lot of it. Did see, I mean, I sold 5 snakes, but it was 5 snakes that I didn't imagine being the ones that won. I mean, I'm not going to complain by any means because, I mean, it literally finished off one whole clutch sold. The remainder one clutch, and then 2 others from different clutches. But like 2 normals sold, like, and like people look like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to bash on normals, but people came up oohing and on over these normals when I have like all this other stuff that's like glowing different colors. I mean, I've got carpets on, and they're oohing and on over these normal balls, and I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. So those went real quick. The GHI Leopard finally went. I'm surprised it took him that long to go because he's just gorgeous and dark. And then a Black Pastel Leopard went at the same time. It was just weird stuff though, like really odd stuff that I didn't. I would say I didn't see it going, but like the normals threw me for a loop. Normally those are like a little bit harder of a sale, but that's like the second time I've noticed that like when one normal goes, it seems like the rest of them get sold that same day. Like that's the second or third time that's happened, and I don't understand why. What, like, I don't know if it's something in the moon or, or what, but it's just really weird.
It's 5 less you have to feed, so it's
It
all
is,
good.
yes, it is. The sad thing is, and everybody knows, I try to be completely transparent as I can on the channel and show. Came home and it was a rough day. It was a quick day. It was a rough day though, trying to make them sales and stuff. Came home and one of the babies from its clutch 4 was dead. Now,
Ouch.
I had been. It was a normal double het, or possible double het, Exantic clown. So it's not like it was a heavy hitting animal, but I've been like trying to get this thing to assist feed since it's been hatched, and it's just been an up and down slope, and it never showed interest in food. This might have been its maybe 3rd or 4th successful assist feed, and couple days, came back from the show, which would have been a couple days after it took its meal, and it just, it was just gone. So that was a crappy way to kind of end the day. But I'm gonna make use while I am on the phone. Oh wait, what happened to my computer went black? What the?
Oh, it's probably loading the update.
Oh,
Hey,
restarted.
look, I got an HP sign. All right, so before we lose that, you guys are gonna get to see possibly the messy basement that it was clean, but then I had to take everything out of the snake room expansion to get all of this work done.
Very nice.
So
It's
this
looking
is
good.
the next expansion to everything. Wish I could. Let me see. Oop, hold on here. Let me see if I can't do this once more here.
There you go.
All right, there we go. So you guys will notice though, I did not. Now this wall is, as I trip over something, this wall here is going to go. We're going to basically cut it off like right here, bring it out beyond this post, and cut back around it just to hide this ugly ass thing. But this all over to the other wall will be gone. So it's going to be all one big giant room except for having this L shape that goes into a closet back there. But I did not go outlet crazy this time. There's only 2 outlets on this wall, folks. 2 outlets. All right. You don't know how hard it was to not put 3 on that sucker at least. At
You're
least
gonna
3.
regret that. You're gonna regret
I
it.
probably will. You're right. I'll probably be like, what the hell was I thinking?
The one thing I like about your snake room is how you have the high and low outlets in there.
See, I didn't do that this time though because I went through looking and I only used the high outlets. So I cut out the low outlets. This whole wall here, 2 outlets, folks. 2. This little tiny wall did get 1 outlet though. I had to make sure that wall got 1 outlet, and then the wall over there got one outlet. So even the tiny walls got outlets. But that is the where we're at as of today with the snake room. We got that all framed out. The electric run, like all the electric over there works. So it is literally put the stuff up on. Oh, great! This thing's doing another working on updates thing. Okay, so it literally is just a matter of putting up the 1/2-inch foam board and drywalling it, getting it painted, and then I will take the existing wall here that's separating the rooms down, and then I'll close off the way I'm getting in and out, which how you guys saw me get in and out now. That's my only way in and out to that section at the moment. So once I get everything else, basically all the crap, dusty work done, I'll then take out the dividing wall here, close out one off, and then it'll just be a little bit of extra mudding and stuff, but nothing super, super hard. You know, this is what I consider the easy part left. It's just basically cut and play, and you know, it's the stuff that I should hopefully be able to knock out in, I don't know, a couple weeks. We'll have to see
It's
how
gonna be
much time I
great
can
though once it's
dedicate to
done.
it. What was that, Will?
Well, it's gonna be great though once it's done.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. And it was funny. Joe that runs Gettysburg Reptile Expo, he had made the joke. He goes, "Hopefully you're not expanding into ball pythons." And I legit laughed because I could honestly say the balls were not the driving force behind that expansion. It solely was the carpets causing that force to need to do the expansion. But let me. Oh, we might be making some progress here with the update. I might
All
be
right,
able to switch over to a computer here soon.
I'll be back in 3 or 4 minutes. I just got to get some stuff in the house.
All right, well, sounds good, dude. Ooh. We might.
I love you. Bye now.
What is she doing in there?
Oh, she's dancing.
Oh, Jesus.
Having a good old time.
Is that TJ?
I love you. I really do.
Love you.
But
No,
Ren needs a ride
that's my
home.
sister. That's TJ's evil
Oh.
twin.
I was gonna say she sounds like TJ.
Yeah.
But
And they act a lot alike too, which is often to my demise.
yeah, Ren needed a ride home. Such a shame. Gotta go.
You're supposed to be the supervisor in there.
Yeah. Not that.
Oh,
We get to hear it live here, folks. All right,
I love
we
you, but
actually
bye now.
we might be switching over here to the laptop here in a minute, guys. 1 second. Things are spinning. Let me try to go through, say hi to some people here in the chat while we do this. Tyson, Avery, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. Phil, what up, brother? Thanks for tuning in. Again, everybody, thank you very much for dealing with the the extremely late start, which I hate, and me being on my phone for the first part of this because I just couldn't wait any longer. I mean, God, you guys would have all left and decided to do something more fun. So yeah, so we decided to jump on the phone. S&K Exotic, Stefan, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Tyson, yes, it's always something, and especially with technology, because you guys all know I am the least tech savvy person you will ever come across. And hold on here. All right, we might be on to something here. Hold on. All right. You might get some feedback here, so just hold on, guys. If you do get feedback, I'm sorry. But let me get the camera up and the right camera on here going. Oh man, now I look like I'm in witness protection program because of Charlie's shirt. Damn it, Charlie. All right, 1 second. I gotta get the. All right, yeah. Hopefully that. No, that I can't wear. All right. Anyway, before I do this, don't forget, guys, go vote for Charlie over at Regan, Renee, Royal Pythons for 15 minutes of lame. He was last week's guest. So yeah, don't forget to go over, vote for Charlie. I have actually been doing that, so it's kind of a shocker. So it's a shocker that I'm even doing it. So I'm doing it solely because of Charlie, like literally solely because of Charlie. All right, I'm going to switch over here. So I'm going to exit out of this, and I'll be jumping right in on here. So you guys are going to be without me for a couple seconds. All right, so I'll be right back.
Did he freeze us all?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, we're good. We're good. All right.
There it is.
Man, I cannot do white. Like, I wish there's a way to not do or have it autofocus like that. Like, that is just not very nice. I'm trying to get a little bit more light on my ass here.
Yeah, it'd be nice if StreamYard would provide you some color adjustment in there.
Well, like, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, no, see, now I look like you, Greg. So we got Will back. All right, we're just. I blame everybody. Just blame Charlie for this witness protection show. They're from Regan, Renee, because that's just who we're gonna blame tonight. Because I promised him. He was nice enough to send me the shirt out of the goodness of his heart. So I had to wear it. Folks. So right there you go, Charlie. Well, you were in the chat, but everybody go vote for Charlie, please. All right, let's get on here. We got Nathan, Infinite Possible Pythons, my brother. What's going on, Nate? Good to see you. Now that I've got some controls here, I'm actually going to get rid of my logo so Terra's not covered up. Let's see. We got James Perry, JNS Exotics. What's going on? We've got Rob. What's going on, bro? Good to see you. Part of the PA Misfits. Mako Morph. What's going on? Good to see you. Another PA Misfit that was at the Hamburg show. I believe he got his wife a Christmas present as well while he was there. So congrats to Debbie. I believe she got a lychee. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was a lychee. We got this guy right here. We all know this guy, Charlie from ShedTesting.com, guys. Do not forget Carpet 15 for 15% off of your shed test order. And channel members, don't forget to use your code as well, which Charlie, we got to talk to. Maybe we can get because now you can use Carpet 15 through Husbandry Pro, guys. So anybody that's using Husbandry Pro, you can now use Carpet 15 through Husbandry Pro to get that discount on your shed test through Husbandry Pro. Charlie, we got to maybe get a different setup for just for the members to be able to use that. I mean, I know, I don't think we have to worry about anybody sharing out to other people. Plus, I can give you an updated list of who has the codes and stuff. Well, we'll have to get together and talk that out. Anyway, Chris, Balls Deep, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Another.
Oh, wait, Chris.
Oh,
I got your shirt on, brother.
Now he's probably strutting around the house like a peacock or something now. Good grief.
Wait a second, I've got one too. I'm not wearing it though. I love this shirt.
Oh, geez, the diddler. Oh, well. Put that up there, so that way everybody can see it a little bit better. Because there's a balls deep production, folks. A balls deep production. Oh my god!
Shirt now. I won't wear it outside, but it's my favorite shirt.
Boyd's are us. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yes, thank you very much. I'm today. We got a lot done on the snake room. Big thing was to get the rest of the framework done, get the electric up and running. So now I can do everything. I can take everything the rest of the way. It was just those things were holding me up because I didn't have a nail gun, and the way my brother-in-law was doing it, you needed a nail gun to make everything a lot easier. So that's kind of what the lag time was there with that. But it is definitely now we're going to start cooking with it. We are going to start cooking now. Yeah, see, you guys got Chris all freaking excited. He's all. All right. So Tara, we're gonna put Tara on the spotlight first here tonight because
Wait,
one,
what?
she's not only has this a pretty snake out that she could show off, but she also has, which I have no idea how this is gonna go. But she has some breaking news on a project that she's starting. Before we do this, though, Tara, let me run one channel sponsor quick because we're like 20 minutes into it almost, if you don't count the massive delay on everything. So let me run a channel sponsor here, and then we will dive into what you have going on with your new project.
Make sure you check out Nathan at Infinite Possible Pythons. He is your guy to go to if you want to get into the Bang project. On top of it, he's working a bunch of awesome ball python projects. Kahua geckos, Leachianus geckos, crested geckos, some scaleless corn snakes, and he is your one-stop shop for all your branding needs. So check him out. Check out Chris Shelley over at S Reptilia if you need a high-end ball python, blood python, locality boa, or colubrid. He's also Pennsylvania's distributor of Coco to Go and the Chipper, and he can also hook you up with some rats. So make sure you guys check out Chris over at S Reptilia.
Well, look who just popped in. John and Christine over there. Triforce, another channel member, and my awesome friends and vending buddies. Which it was a blast getting to hang out with these yesterday, guys. It was. I literally left John speechless when I told him some of the stuff that was selling on my table, and like it was funny. Like I always think it's, I don't know, I get an amusement out of John's reaction with just blowing his mind on things, and his mind was literally blown yesterday. So it definitely gave me a highlight to my kind of WTF kind of day that was going on. But anyway, so Tara, enlighten us, dear. What do you have going on with your new project? Tell us about your new project and everything.
So the project is called Centauri. Get more comfortable here so I can get the boy closer to the camera. The project is actually called Centauri. This is one of the babies we produced this year. He has some really nice blushing. Let's see if I can get his head turned. Oh, he's going to start moving on me. He's got an insane head pattern.
Oh, look at that.
I like the head.
So we sent them out for genetic testing.
Okay.
He came back as Pastel, Orange Dream, and Enchi. And that was what we were wanting to see, is if they were going to possibly test as Enchi, because they do have an Enchi-esque look to them.
It does, yes, yes.
So he did test positive for Enchi, as did his brother.
Okay.
So we're kind of like, well, yeah, they tested it, but they still look just different enough, especially with the head stamp. And they have some serious, the banding is very serious. And most of your,
I was gonna say the band, like it has the off the start, the head wise, to me it screamed Enchi. But there's also, it's like you just said, the banding is very repetitive with it as well.
So we are going to keep working with them, keep what we have, hold everything back, and see what we can actually find out about this. I have another one with me. She did not test for Enchi.
Okay.
She tested as just Pastel. She has got a super grainy pattern to her.
I would say she's super grainy, yeah. I definitely see a pastel with it, but the graininess of it is,
if I can get her to hold still, she still has somewhat, come here, baby, of that head stamp, the weird shield without being the Enchi.
yeah.
And she doesn't look like any of the other pastels that we have. Even the babies that we hatched out this year, she does not look anything like them. The super graininess, she's got a lot of the hooking on her back. She's more orange toned than she is yellow toned, but she was tested for orange dream and she came back no orange dream.
Yeah.
So we're going to continue to work with it. We have the mom. She'll be ready again to go again this year. Our plan is to pair her to a just Barnhart black pastel male.
Okay.
And then we're going to compare those babies that come out as the Barnhart with stuff Tom has to see if it looks different from his Enchi Barnharts, his normal Barnharts, and things like that, just to see, because he's somebody close to us that is working that does have a specific gene. It'll make it easier for us to be able to put them side by side, identify each one, see what the differences are, what the commonalities are, and then go from there. But we're going to keep working it. We're going to keep trying to see if it is just a really neat line of Enchi or if it is something else completely.
If there's something else, yeah.
Did you run any?
Go ahead.
Did you run any super stripe complex or
no,
gravel
I did
complex?
not run any super stripe complex because none of them seem to have. Let me see if I can. Mom is supposed to be I'll get the belly for the pastel girl. Mom is supposed to just be a pastel Centauri. See if I can get her. My lighting's a little off here. But that's the belly. But we tested for fire just because of how some of the highlighting was. We tested for Enchi. We tested. Mom is supposed to be het clown, so we tested for clown. They came back negative for clown. We tested for the orange dream, the pastel, the things that we knew could potentially be in here.
Yeah.
We have been reaching out to Solomon, who is the one who founded the Centauri gene. Unfortunately, he is getting out of ball pythons. So he is not really able to get back to us in a very quick manner. It kind of takes some time to actually get with him, talk to him. And with everything he has going on in his life, it's kind of hit and miss as to whether, we even hear back from him, depending upon, his busy schedule.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're just gonna keep working it and see if it takes, off to a different area, or if in some weird way it is, like I said, some really nice line of Enchi or some oddball, allelic combo with Enchi. We'll figure it out. And as more genetic tests come out for different things, we'll test against it.
Macomorph once asked, "What does Centauri do, or what are you thinking that it's doing? At least since it's kind of
So
now."
we're noticing that with Enchi, you get those gold hues. With the Centauri, those golds are not gold; they're more of an orangey yellow.
Okay.
So, Mom, let me go grab Mom, so everybody can actually see Mom.
Did John and Christine say that it has a granite type look?
And that is my next step, is to actually, we're going to send Mom's shed out and have her tested for everything. Seeing as how she is the original one that we have, she is only supposed to be pastel and Centauri. And now we're finding out, some of the babies have Enchi. So we're going to send her out and test her for everything.
Yeah.
Just to see if anything pops up. But this is Mom. And this here, this is actually kind of more like an orangish red than a brown. And there's her head.
She's got that pastel Enchi head to her. But she's got the butterfly.
Come here, baby. Aww. She's hungry, so she's a little
She wants
moving
to
around a
explore.
lot. But she just has that weird graininess to her. It isn't as prominent being picked up on here. But she's
Enchi will sometimes do that in pastel. You'll sometimes get a little bit, especially higher up on the back. You know how Orange Dream gets that shadowing on the back?
Yes.
You'll get similar with Enchi and pastel, but typically it stays along the midline or higher. You don't typically see it much lower than that.
So we're just going to keep testing it, keep, working with things and see where it goes. Because, like I said, some of it just doesn't look like everything else that we've looked at.
Yeah.
And everything doesn't really show up as well on here. All right, Mama, come here.
Boyd's has a good point on this one. Why don't you, instead of breeding it to like a black pastel, where the black pastel can essentially possibly hide whatever's going on, what about breeding it with something, because it's coming from her? So why not breed like if you have like a zero gene, like double visual or something, and get the hets in there?
Because I don't have anything that doesn't have a bunch of codoms in it that's male.
All right, see that's not a bad thing. Like that's actually a good thing. That makes perfect sense.
We have 3 normals in this house. One of the, and they're all female. So and they're het for something.
Okay. See, that's that would be my problem, is that I don't really have anything that doesn't have other genetics thrown into it. Now, I do have that one double visual that's het clown, but he's definitely not ready to rock and roll for anything.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah.
We have a double het that we picked up from John and Christine, who is a normal, but he's not even 200 grams. So it's going to be quite a while before we could even.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of growing.
I forgot about him. He's downstairs in the quarantine rack.
Yeah, he's definitely got a little bit of growing to do then at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sucks. Tara, I was so rooting that you were gonna be able to say it's not Enchi, it's not this, it's not that, it's something completely off the wall new. Nope, and now you gotta put in the freaking even more footwork on it.
Yeah, but you know what? Even putting in the work, I'd rather put in the work for the next 5-10 years and actually find out it is something different than just go, True. Oh no, it's just some nice line of Enchi. And all of the Enchi, everything we have that tested for Enchi, it is super banded. It all has the super banding. And I didn't expect that for just a single gene Enchi.
No, I've got, even my Enchi yellow belly stuff, it's not banded. It's very just it's just enhanced, essentially.
Half of our collection is some form of Enchi, and we have several that are banded pretty well. And then I've got a female that looks almost identical to what Tara's holding there. So you get some variation in that. Especially, I've noticed that the Enchis that seem to that come from a super seem to be a little more banded than the ones that didn't. in the ones that we've hatched. And I don't know if that's just a mere coincidence or if there's something to that. But in the ones that we've hatched the past 2 years, I've noticed that the ones that we got from the Super this year are much more banded than the ones that weren't.
Now, does that carry down through the generations? Because she's not a super. She's just an Enchi. So is that a generational thing that you're finding?
Give me 3 years and I'll tell you. Because I'm holding back half of that clutch that we got back. So I'm going to try to hold back a 1.2 on that one because they're also head hypo. So I'm working down that line. But
yeah, we're holding back everything from this clutch just so we can grow it up. We're going to breed, son back to mom eventually and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how this whole thing actually turns out, because I mean, it might be. I mean, it might be its own thing, but it might not be. What's expressing might not be what you think that it's doing, though. Too, if that makes any freaking sense, it might be the whole. It's a banding gene. Who knows?
It'll be Mackenzie, the poor man's zebra.
I was thinking Mackenzie KRG, honestly. So
that's funny.
But unfortunately, they don't have a test for Mackenzie or for KRG yet. So
yeah.
No, and I was gonna say you can have it tested for the zebra thing, but I mean, what's the likelihood of that being actual? I guess anything's possible. But Mackenzie and zebra test differently, though.
With breeding the son back to her, that would be finding out maybe if there was zebra, but I don't think it would be zebra. Apparently,
Tara,
whatever. Sorry, go ahead.
One thing you might also want to look into is maybe try blade, because blade with the Enchi can give you a little more reduction than you would typically see.
I would have to buy a blade. I don't have any blade.
Okay, so the markings on the belly, the blades that we have, you'll see some of that. Another thing about the blades is you'll typically get some outlining around the alien heads, kind of like you do with Trick in the ones that we have. It's not as pronounced, but it's kind of there. Or, you might check with Justin with Pipeline. He's very familiar with blade. Have him take a look and see what he thinks, because, you never know what it could be. And blade is so subtle by itself. But then when you mix it with another reduction gene, and you see some really different changes in pattern. So just a thought.
Yep, I can give that a try. Apparently, from what Solomon did, Solomon created a super form of it. I know there is a clown Centauri that has sold on Morph Market, and it looks a little odd, but apparently it came from the red stripe gene, is what Solomon had claimed when he was working with it, is that it had come from a red stripe that he had, and he bred a bunch of them together and ended up making the clown. He had some yellow bellies, and then he also had made a super form.
Have you seen the super form?
I have not seen it, and that's the problem. Like I said, we've tried to reach out to him and really, try to get him to talk to us, and he's just had a lot going on. He actually had some health issues, so it's been very hard to really get more information on this snake. And we got this snake as a buddy of ours bought a collection, and he invited us over to look at anything that we might want, and that's where we got her from.
Gotcha.
John says if it came from red stripe, chances are it's granite.
Well, and as soon as she sheds, we're gonna send it out, and granite's gonna be one of the things I will make sure I test for. Come on, baby, you're heavy.
All right, let's see here. So, Tara, while we have you on the big screen, what else you get? What are you excited for 25? Like, what do you have planned for coming up?
For this coming breeding season,
Yep, for 2025.
so I have 5 different boys that are going to be going to multiple females. I made sure not to put anybody with over 3 because a lot of them is going to be their first year. So I want to see how they do. I don't want to overwork anybody. I'm going to spread it out to see, make sure the boy can handle it without hurting himself or going off feed or whatnot. We've got some Barnhart I'm trying to do Barnhart Leopard Clown Acid. So
Ooh,
that's
nice.
kind of with some banana in there. That's kind of like my big thing. To get that done. And then down the road, I want to end up making an 8-gene animal out of that. I have some chocolate super enchi acids that I want to work and try and work things out with them. Add some sugar in there, add some hypo, things like that. And then, of course, my husband, he's got his Pied project he's working and a few other things that we aren't really talking about, but we're working on.
Okay, awesome. Now, are you guys is Scott gonna be making visual pods this year,
Yes,
or
he
okay?
should have visual Pieds this year.
So now, does that mean we're actually gonna see you vending shows soon?
If we can get in, that is honestly that's the hardest hurdle to get past right now, is because with so many people being ball python breeders, it is exceptionally hard to get into shows when the only thing we have is ball pythons.
True.
So
That yeah.
I've been thinking about getting a few Sonoran boas. They don't get super big.
Oh,
They're
Good
actually
choice.
pretty fun to handle and to work with. And obviously, I want a female carpet from you next year.
I was gonna say, don't forget you got the carpets too here.
Mm-hmm. So we're trying to look into things that we can branch out with. I've had a couple people go, crested geckos, go gargoyle geckos. I do not want to do geckos.
Well, see, I feel as
That's
though,
so
and
much work.
well, I think that because if it's not like you see ball pythons and you see crested geckos, that's like the
Mm-hmm.
things you see the most at shows. So I think that the cresteds are going to end up being at the point where the balls are, where you're gonna, I don't want to say blacklist yourself, but essentially it's gonna be you're another crested gecko person. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you freaking Chris actually, all right, I will say this, as much as I don't want to drive my customers away to someone else, but since Chris is our fat man of the PA crew and we love him dearly, Chris does have a killer looking zebra female. She does have a bit of a toot. She does like to draw blood a little bit. But that being said, she is gorgeous. I will say that. I will vouch and say that she is gorgeous.
Is that the one he had at the show for Gettysburg?
Yep.
I saw her. She is very pretty. Your little boy doesn't really have attitude. He's actually rather sweet once you get him out of his enclosure. I'm not a fan of the bigger snakes with bigger attitudes. I don't mind small snakes with attitude. Once they start getting to a certain weight and size, I don't
It's
really
nice
want them
to
to have
have that
too much
attitude broke
attitude.
by that point.
I have a small dog. I would like her to live to see, you know.
Well, all right. I'm gonna spill the beans here a little bit. Yesterday, obviously, like I said earlier, was Hamburg. Celeste, which I was hoping she would make her appearance, Celeste is up in the upper cage now. Xena is over at Nathan's place. Celeste has come home to her second home, and like the first thing she did, like the whole cage was deep cleaned everything, like immaculate looking, fresh everything. Deep cleaned it all. First thing she did was just take a big old dump. I'm just like, really, girl, really? You couldn't have waited like a day, like literally within the first 20 minutes. It's just like, So yeah,
She
but
was
Celeste is
staking her
here.
territory.
I guess that's what it is. So Celeste is here. I figured let her get settled in. I'll feed her this week, and then Hercules there is gonna go and meet his new girlfriend for the year. And once Ragnar sheds, he's going in with Lagatha, and we're gonna see if we can't get Ragnar to pass on that crazy pattern and extreme amount of tipping that he's got going on. So we'll see how that goes. Chris has a good suggestion here, though, as well. He said Oaks and Hamburg shouldn't be an issue for you to get into, which that is true. You should be able to get into Oaks and Hamburg if you want to make that drive, though, because that would be
Hamburg. Probably not. That's actually quite far.
because it's Morgantown now. So I don't know how far Morgantown is for you.
It's like 2 hours and 30 some minutes.
Okay, that's a little bit of a hike.
So it's kind of a hike for vending a first show, but Oaks wouldn't be too bad. I also have a friend who does Lebanon, so I may be able to get in with have them get 2 tables and maybe share costs or something.
Well, even because Lebanon's been one I've been like, all right, Lebanon's one that I should be vending at regularly because it is literally like 20 minutes away. Like, there's no excuse for me to not vend Lebanon and York. Like, I could be at either show within 20 minutes, basically. There's no reason I'm not at them. And yet, every Lebanon and York show, I'm not going to. Like, I don't do shows in my backyard. I'll drive an hour or more to go do those shows, the other shows. Like I've done Carlisle. Carlisle was a great show, but that wouldn't be that far for you guys either, Carlisle.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
But yeah, like if I end up doing like Lebanon or even York Care, I'll let you know. And if your friend can't get a table, I'll see if I can't get like 2 tables or whatever, and you guys can have one of them.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That'd be really cool. I'm very excited for our season. We did have 3 clutches, this season, but we're really looking forward to a lot of the nicer stuff that not that what we have isn't nice, but a lot of our nicer things are coming of age. Our acid stuff has come of size and of age, so we're going to be pairing a lot of acid things, making a lot of acid combos with recessives and hets and things like that. So we're really excited about it.
Awesome. John and Christine say that you can have their Hamburg spot. John, I know you guys ain't done with Hamburg. Quit lying to yourself. You're on that VIP list. You don't even have to tell them you're coming. They just automatically assume you're coming. You guys are like Hamburg God, basically.
Well, yeah, the way you all have been talking, I don't know if I want to vend Hamburg. Everybody I have heard talk about Hamburg, this past Hamburg, it was not good. Not good at all.
Hamburg has literally been a roller coaster all year. And it's not like I don't want to knock the show because like any show, you can have a good show and you could have a crap show at any show. It all depends on do you have what people are looking for. I think right now the whole thing is the holiday kills it. I would have thought this close to Christmas, there would have been more people getting significant others, a snake or whatever as a Christmas present. But I guess maybe people are being responsible now, which we shouldn't bitch about people being responsible. But I think it's just like it's been a roller coaster of shows just in general. Like I've had some killer Gettysburgs. I've had some Gettysburgs this year where it's just like, I was happy and I just had fun at Gettysburg or whatever. But like I didn't do as well as I thought I would have done. And same thing with like Oaks. Like last Oaks, it wasn't in reality it wasn't that great of an Oaks for me. Like I moved some animals, but it wasn't where I thought I should have been. So it's so hit and miss right now, and I don't know what to contribute it to. Other like maybe people are waiting to see how things roll around here after Trump gets back in and things kind of get set in motion with that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I've had some good hamburgers. I mean, I've had some good hamburgers. I've had some bad hamburgers, but it's just like everything. I've had good and I've had bad of them all. So I think it just all boils down to having what people freaking want and having it catch their eye. Because that is one thing. And I will openly say this because John and I were talking about this at the show yesterday. Let me let's even this out so we're all on the same playing field. I had the same snake as John had on his table. His actually was 100% double head or 100% head. I forget. It might have been double head. And mine was just a pos head. And his was cheaper than what mine was. The people that got mine, somehow they missed his. They saw mine. So, you know what I mean? Like, you can't predict, there's no sense to be made with any of it right now. And
let's be fair though, Jeremy. John's table is very overwhelming.
John does have a lot of stuff on the table, which
for just normal pet people walking through, it is very overwhelming.
Which sometimes I do wonder if maybe that's part of the thing is, he does have so much to look at, and I'm always a person that you've got to have a variety, and Triforce definitely has a variety. If you can't find something that fits in a project that Triforce's, stand, I would be shocked, in all honesty. And that might be so, like you said, that might be some of it too. Maybe too much is a bad thing at the same time as Tom is expanding your likelihood of having something for everybody. I don't know. It's just been weird. It's been weird all around, I think. Endless Force, thanks for tuning in. What's going on? Look at this guy. Scott, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Scott helped me tear down yesterday. I appreciate it. Because my son, which used to be my vending buddy, has abandoned me for more beautiful things like women instead of snakes.
You should have seen that coming.
I guess I can't blame him, but I mean, it sucks. It hurts because I enjoyed it. We all used to make fun of him for sleeping, and now it's just me, and we can't make fun of Dom anymore. Derek, what's going on as well? John says, all right. John remembers. All right, this is how much this got John. This made his mind explode. Part of it anyway. There's a GHI leopard chocolate het clown versus a leopard GHI. Yes. And that is true too. They only had 2 tables yesterday, so their selection wasn't as much as it normally is, but still, the GHI leopard chocolate het clown versus just leopard GHI, it's crazy. You just can't make this shit up, folks. And also, everybody, all right, John, I'm going to plug you away on this one because John has a beautiful, and I mean beautiful, GHI Mojave lace. And I can't remember, John, if you know exactly the animal I'm talking about too, bro. So if it's het for something, or if I'm missing a gene, because for some reason I want to say leopard was in there too, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's just GHI Mojave lace. Possible het something, maybe, depending if John corrects me. But the thing was beautiful as hell. And so anybody that's looking to get into lace or doesn't have lace or wants an excuse to buy a lace, that was absolutely a gorgeous animal. I even toyed around with buying the damn thing, and like I couldn't do it, but it was a beautiful animal, folks. So go hit John up if you guys are interested in getting a very beautiful lace animal.
Male or female?
Lindsay. That one, I'm trying to think what color was the rating. I want to say it was a female Tara. John, correct me. Oh yeah, all right. They had both. They had both male and female.
Very nice.
And the price on them was like, I don't know how he left with either of them, which was another thing where you just can't make that shit up. Like you just can't. But everybody, if you want to get a killer looking lace combo, beautiful and powerful, hit and Christine up over there at Triforce. There you go, John. That's my plug for you, brother. Speaking of plugs, let's do another sponsor ad, and then we'll bring Greg up from Witness Protection. And do you still have that snake out?
It's just right behind me. Yeah, she's not trying to kill me. But
okay, I was gonna say if you still have the snake out, we'll let you speak here, so that way you can put the snake away. But you got the snake put away. We'll let Greg talk, so just in case he gets rushed off to be chauffeurs or whatever, it'll be good.
My wife is left unsupervised with an open bar, so at some point I'm going to have to go find her.
We'll put you up next, and so that way you can find her. All right, let me actually put this banner away here. All right, here we go.
Head on over to Triforce Morphs if you're looking for that missing piece in your ball python breeding project. While you're there, add a little bit of lace or citron to the mix, folks. John and Christine can also hook you up with the crested gecko, so don't forget that. Turn up the heat with Triforce Morphs. If you want to use the best reptile record keeping and tracking software on the market today, scan the QR code or click our partnership link in the description down below for a free 30-day trial of Husbandry Pro. I promise you will not regret it.
I actually blew someone's mind away with Husbandry Pro, and hopefully they remembered to sign up because they did scan the QR code to prompt, setting it up and all that shit. But hopefully they actually did sign up. I didn't get a memo saying they did, but there might be a delay. I do want to give a shout out though. Before we bring Greg up, I want to give a big shout out to my brother Ed Stemp that makes the PVC enclosures behind me, folks. Look at this killer freaking tumbler. Not only is it Warfel Sports green, but is also laser etched with my awesome logo. And I'm drinking out of it tonight. It's got a nice little top to it, stainless steel straw. If this is something that you folks that you think that, hey, I'd like to have one of Jeremy's, a tumbler with Jeremy's logo on it or something, let me know. And I will place an order with Ed, and maybe this is something. If there's enough interest, I'll start carrying these along as well with the shirts and stuff. Might give me a reason to actually start getting 2 tables and everything instead of just one, cramming everything onto one table. But I do want to give Ed a big thank you because this was my Christmas present. So thank you very much, bro. I love this thing. Like, I'm not much of a straw person, but like, I actually kind of like using this stainless steel straw. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because it's new. I don't know, but I'm loving the new cup. So thank you very much, Ed, if you are watching this. Either now and you're being silent, or if you're watching on the replay. But actually, we'll do this. We'll bring Greg up from Witness Protection.
I'll get the light for
Greg,
just a moment.
I do want to. We got Blue Zombie. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. And we got Jamie from Graceful Pythons tuning in with us. Thank you very much. Good to see you both. Vance is always in the chat there. Jamie's always hopping in too. And look at this. Look at this guy. See, you say his name and you praise him, and he's at work. All right. Awesome. So that's another thing, folks. Also, if you're interested and you want to get your logo on a tumbler, and if it's not too complicated, maybe you. I just saw freaking Chris's thing there. I'm not even gonna put that up, Chris. You are You are just diddling it up tonight, man. But anyway, if you would want to see if Ed couldn't do your logo, folks, hit Ed up. I can send you his email and all that good stuff, so I can get you in contact with him. But absolutely love the cup, Ed. Thank you very much, dude. So, all right, Greg, the floor is now yours, brother. So, what do you got going on? How's the season been? Give us an update.
So we are officially done with 24.
Okay.
Last clutch we cut was a Krypton clutch. It's actually our first all visual recessive clutch. So milestone there. Just trying to, because we started out everything head to head. So we're just kind of building up. And I'm going to be honest, I haven't even done my breed plan for this year. We've got a couple tests either on the way to Charlotte. Our girls are late. I mean, like I said, we're just wrapping up. I have done our original pairing with my my bamboo pinstripe to our lesser yellow belly pastel girl. I am repeating that pairing because that gave us just such a great mix for the table. I mean, we got bells out of that, we got pins out of it, we got bamboo. And
I was gonna say, you don't see a lot of bamboo either. Like, I think the only people I've seen bamboo on their table lately has been Triforce. I think that's the only table I've seen bamboo at.
Yeah, so we're trying to do that. I'm going to have next year. I'll have a lot more bamboo coming. I've got a couple of girls that are growing up. As a matter of fact, one of those is the first egg that we hatched. Okay. I'm hoping that next year she'll be ready to go. So, looking forward to that. Because then I'll be in the realm of producing animals from animals that I produced. So I feel like then it's becoming more real and becoming more, I have more of a claim to it, I guess.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest feelings too. I feel when you have animals you produce making babies, sitting on eggs.
Yeah, I mean it's great because you can set so many goalposts along the way, and as you hit those goalposts, it just gives you that much more motivation to keep pushing. Yep. Especially right now when the market's as weird as it is. It's a nice little nudge to keep you in the game.
Oh, definitely.
Depending on how the tests come back from Charlie, it's going to make a huge difference in where I go. Because I bought a DG boy this year that's double het.
Oh, nice.
Supposed to be Haas double het. So we're waiting to see on that one.
Now, what's he possible for?
Hypo and clown.
Okay. Well, if he doesn't prove out, I've got a chocolate that's triple het for you.
Well, I bought him. I didn't buy him for the hets. I bought him because he was visual Desert Ghost, because I've got 3 girls that are 100% het Desert Ghost, and I wanted to increase my odds for the DG.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So hopefully I'll be able to get him to size this year. He eats well. Picked him up from Chad Hawker.
Chad's got nice stuff.
Yeah. I mean, he eats really well, so I'm hoping for that matter, I have 3 animals that Chad's produced, and every one of those is just smashes food, so I don't have any doubt that he'll be ready. I'm afraid to produce too much this year. My hatchling racks are full, and I'm having to increase my racks to accommodate for the holdbacks that I held back and the grow outs that are coming. So I'm hesitant to produce too much, but I think this year I'm just going to be mainly breeding for our projects. We're trying to get the Xanthic game going, and that's one of the tests that we're waiting for Charlie, because we we got that Xanthic clown, and we put him to actually we put him to 2 girls, 2 that are 100% Xanthic and 100% het clown. We got clowns, but we didn't get a single Xanthic really.
Okay.
So we're kind of wondering. He was one that we picked up from someone else, not from the original breeder. He had gotten it in a collection, so we're curious if maybe he might be Snake Keeper instead of EPI.
Which is
That would be the issue.
debatably the best line to work.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was that? You said you broke up there, Jeremy.
Just gonna slide that one in there.
I'll say this: each one has its strengths and weaknesses. I think. I do think that. I think that Snake Keepers tends to brown less without helper genes, but it's easy to get VPI to the same level with just some simple brightening genes and cleaner genes, I guess. So you just got to breed accordingly. We're trying to do some more Ultramel. We had nice Ultramel clutch this year, but every visual animal was male. So Daddy needs some girls.
I had several people, maybe not, I should say several. I had like 2, maybe 3 people ask me for Ultramel stuff yesterday. And I guess they couldn't find anybody. I don't know if Johnny he didn't have Ultramel. They just didn't get to their tables yet. But like they were saying on how they can't find anybody with Ultramel stuff.
We only had one at the Gettysburg show because they weren't large enough yet. They hadn't, they weren't eating well enough yet for me to try to sell them.
Yeah.
Just he was not a breeder. So I think we only brought one of those up to Gettysburg with us. But
okay.
Those males, I have zero reason to hold back. If anybody wants them, they're available. Give me a shout. I did pick up a het female just a couple of weeks ago. Picked up a super OD het, 100% het Ultramel. So that'll give me a chance to work the OD into the Ultramel and not have to guess whether or not it's there. I know that it's there and can move forward pretty quickly on that end. Let's see what else we got going on. Plan on going heavy into the Krypton as soon as I can get this clutch grown up. I will most likely do 1 or 2 Krypton pairings this year. Let's see. I have a yellow belly lace het clown that boy's peens are going to be so sore by the end of this year. And I have an acid fire male that I sat down and had a conversation with the other night that if he doesn't soon get himself in gear and do something with these girls I've been putting him in with, I'm going to introduce him to the king snake and see what he does with her.
You know what'll happen? He'll try to lock the damn king snake.
Right? Oh, man. Now I've put that snake in with 3 different girls now, and he's timid, and I don't have a girl small enough that's ready that makes any sense to put him to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. How big is he? Because I'm kind of having the same problem with my Xanthic clown, which you guys will all get to see here soon, as soon as I decide to film that video.
He's like 650 now.
Okay.
Somewhere between 650 and 7. I mean, he's getting there. He was a slow eater. He couldn't get him to eat at first. We've had him. He'll be 3 years old this year.
Oh, okay. So he's okay. All right.
Dude
So
has
my
been on
boy's
the struggle
nowhere close.
bus.
Yeah, he's within probably his first year.
Yeah, yeah. Well, this should have been his second viable season because last year he was producing very nice sperm plugs, but just couldn't get it to go. So,
Gotcha.
but the girls were bigger girls, and I'm guessing they were kind of intimidating to him. So I've been trying to build up his confidence, and just kind of put him in with some other girls that I know that aren't ready yet, just to get him
To
thinking,
try to
in
do
that mode.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see how it goes. It's just like I said, dude's been on the struggle bus since I got him.
No,
But I
I
don't know.
feel you on that one, dude. I definitely feel you on that one because that's also the other thing too. Like the females I had planned for that male, they're all like they're very big girls. Like they're probably getting close to that 2,000 mark, and
Yeah,
he's right around like 650, maybe somewhere in there. So it's definitely like it there's a big size difference, and he
yeah,
just kind of goes there, goes to the hot spot, and that's just kind of he just doesn't try to do anything at all. Just get in, like do it, just get in there.
yeah. I bought a pastel yellow belly pinstripe girl specifically to pair to him, and she wants, and I can blame this on her. She wants nothing to do with him. So it may be where I have to wait and get an offspring from him to try to do that pairing again. I've also got another girl that I knew it was a long shot, but I threw him in there and said, what the hell, what have we got to lose? I didn't have anything else to go to that girl. But she's about 2,900, and,
Okay.
he's a small boy in there with her. So I knew it was a long shot, but figured, what the hell, we'll try it and see what happens.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
just we kept a close eye on him because I didn't want her laying on top of him or anything like that. But no, she was receptive to him, but he just went and hid in the corner. So I think his confidence just needs a little boost. I need to find a smaller girl to let him play with and let him figure it out.
So yeah, let him figure out where them things go.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the joys of fresh males. See, the thing is, some of
You
them
know,
get it right off the rip, dude. Some of them want in there like they're just
dude,
pumped and ready to freaking go, and then other ones like what we're having, it's kind of like they're like me, not quite yet. Girls,
we have
cute,
several that would breed a shoelace if you dropped it in there with
yeah,
him. So it's just they all have very distinct personalities about them. It's just a matter of spending enough time with your animals to sort it out and
yep.
figure them out and figure out what you need to do with them.
And the other thing is too is that depending, I mean, if your girls are all late girls, they might not be throwing off the pheromones, and they might not even be really in the mood yet to even
Well,
be
and
making him
that's
want
kind
to
of
get
where we
amped
are.
up yet.
Yeah, we have to ultrasound. I was going to try to do it tomorrow, but we've got to go deliver a snake tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow night when we get back, we can do it. We had a couple of girls that have been hovering in that 10 to 12 range for a while, and I'm just waiting on them. And usually they're the first girls to go. They're the girls that start off my season
Okay.
last year. So I'm kind of waiting on them to get going because it seems like once those girls get going, it kind of triggers all the rest of them to fall in.
I would say, dude, ultrasound those girls as soon as possible.
Yeah,
Reason
yeah,
being, I had a girl, my big exantic girl. She literally went from like 12 or 15, and she went way up over 20 in a month. Like she's
yeah.
almost at like I think she's like almost at 30, if I remember correctly. Like
But
she made
that's
a massive like beeline for the finish line out of nowhere. So like touch
I
one
found
should
that
be
that's kind of
dropping
the
January.
sweet spot for us is if we find those girls that are say between 18 to about honestly 18 to 28 somewhere in there, dude. Those are the girls that go right away.
Yeah.
You throw them in there for a lock, and next thing you know, you know, she's in there heat seeking and building up and blowing up. So, and several of the ones that we have, I mean, they go quick. I mean, they'll go from 15 millimeters with one lock, and you check them again, and they're at 35 and rolling. So
Yeah. Well, I know she's one girl that she's got to go. Like, she is essential for my one project. Yeah, like she's big. Like, she is big time, like an essential key. Because I've got to get that Xanthic into that project.
and those are the ones that always go off food, or they'll always.
Oh, dude, she's Well, see, with her, when she goes off food, that's like she actually finally refused a rat last week, and that was my signal as to I need to hit her with the ultrasound again, because normally when she does that there's only one reason. It's the follicle reason, and that's what I threw it all in there, and I was just like, holy shit, like that makes sense now as to why you didn't eat.
Do you find
that
with your collection? Do you find that with your collection that their shed cycles seem to sync up?
I don't want to say that they sync up. My shed cycles are clutch based. If one snake from a clutch sheds, the others shed like right around
same time. Okay.
But it's only like clutch specific. Like the other girl, everybody sheds at different times, like all the time. It's just like there's clutches. If clutch mates are kept, they normally shed within like a couple weeks of each other.
Yeah. We had 2 weeks ago. We were going through and spot cleaning everything, and doing a deep clean on a few of the tubs, but just kind of moving some animals around and stuff. But we found like 30 sheds in a matter of a week and a half. And I was like, what the hell is going on? Was it a full moon or something or what? But it's like, holy smokes, man.
No, crazy. Like I said, I mean, like clutch wise, yeah, like I get that happen. If one from a clutch goes into a shed, the rest of them normally it's boom, boom, boom. But no, my collections don't really sync up with anything. Now, I mean, you might have the once in a blue moon another female, is it shedding them at the same time. But I wouldn't say it's a regular, consistent thing. I want to give some shout outs here real quick, because we've got Kike. What's going on, dude? Good to see you, brother. I hope you and the family are doing well. Still constantly in my prayers, bro. And I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Just praying for you, bro. Ewok, what's going on? I always want to call them Ewok. Like, I can't help it. Like, I just want to always call them Ewok. Like,
such a nerd.
I can't help it. All right, I was in Walmart today, walking through, and we were walking by the clothes, and you know what I spotted out of everything in that whole store? The ugliest Star Wars Darth Vader Christmas sweater one could ever have. And I spotted it like poof, like that. Like, that is how bad my illness is here.
But did you take it home?
I did not, no. I believe Kara would have killed me if I even thought of wearing it. No, I did not.
TJ encourages my addiction, so it allows her to wear the Grogu stuff. So
she, like, if I find a figure that I want, she just rolls her eyes and whatever. She like just makes fun of me for my collection of the figures. But like I haven't even bought any figures lately either. I see them, I grab them, I hold them, and I'm like, do I really, like? I look at the price because they've gone up so much in price.
Oh man, they're ridiculous. Especially what's it, the Black Series now?
The Black Series are like almost $30, like they're like $26-$25 a pop now, and
yeah.
Like, I just look at it and say, I just can't. Like, yeah, it's cool, I want it, I just can't justify the freaking price of it anymore. So I really think about it, and I never pull the trigger on them now. Like, it's sad. But we also got this guy, which I've not seen in a while in the chat. Jeremy number 2. What's up,
Who that
Jeremy?
is?
Good to see you, bro. Hopefully, I need one of these days. I need to give you a shout and catch up with you, see how you're doing. Hopefully, you guys are getting everything plugged away there after all that hurricane bullshit. Update though on your Partho girl that I have. She did not give me a clutch. She reabsorbed this year, so we'll see what she does this year. That would have been her. This would have been her first actual breeding season, so we'll see. I was really hoping to see if I couldn't get a clutch from her though. So now, with the whole because we think she's cryptic, now I gotta go. I'm just gonna break down to a shed test that way I can better plan as to what to throw to her. We also have Bone Daddy Serpents Vinny. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in as well. So you got anything else you want to share going on, Greg, or should I run another sponsor out and put Will up here on the hot seat?
Man, get Will on there. I'm tired of talking.
All right, we'll put Will up here. I'm going to run a quick sponsor ad, and then Will is going to be in the hot seat and giving us some updates as to what he is up to and what he's excited for. So here let me pull up that banner. Now, here we go. I'm just going to finish off these ads, guys. So there's only 2 left. So here we go.
Stop wasting time trying to prove out animals or taking chances on possible hets or genes you don't know that are there. Head on over to Charlie at Gray Rider Reptiles and ShedTesting.com for all of your shed testing needs. He's fast, accurate, and adding new tests on a regular basis. So head on over to ShedTesting.com and check him out. Make sure to use the code CARPET15 for 15% off of your shed test order. Use nothing but the best at ShedTesting.com. Are you ready to take it to the next level? Then check out DTMG Pythons. Danny is best known for his awesome clown ball python projects. This year's focus is Confusion, Hurricane, and Disco Inferno clowns. He also specializes in high-end crested gecko morphs such as Exantic, Lily White, and Exantic Lily Whites, along with the Deadpool line of gargoyle geckos. Check out his morph market and Instagram, DTMG Pythons. Just buy it.
Thank you very much to all the channel sponsors. Please go check them out, folks. Don't forget, Carpet15 for ShedTesting.com. Get that 15% off. And Warfel's 60 for Husbandry Pro. Get that 60-day free trial. Put a couple little animals on it. Don't overload yourself and spend the whole time uploading your whole collection. Just put a couple animals on it. Give it a give it a trial. See how you like it. And if you have any questions, reach out, watch the tutorials, or any of that good stuff. So, excuse me, Will, what's up, brother? How you doing?
How's it going?
Give us an update. What you got cooking up? What's going on? What are you excited for? You were showing all. That's a different one. So you have one behind you.
These are different snakes.
Oh, okay, all right. Will's playing with
one
back there, trying to tease everybody.
The one that was showing off behind me. I just walked by, and I saw the snake. I was like, "Shit, I need to have that." It's a T-negative Brooks King snake, and okay. I've never seen that shade of yellow on a snake before. So. Was it? It was 8-legged plus yesterday, Tamagosta, and I've gotten a couple of snakes from him before, and then they've all been good, healthy animals. So I was like, oh, all right, here I am again, but with no space, I'm trying to buy stuff. But how much is that?
We're gonna send you to Snakes Anonymous, Will. Snakes Anonymous.
Eat it. Pretending Christine won't like you though. So speaking of predators, these were 2 that I picked up from them at Oaks. I walked by and they're right next to each other. It's 2 boys, right? Here's a black pastel razor pied, and then the other one that really caught my eye is a blackhead crystal that's head for clown. And I was like, all right, damn it. I just need to buy it with no space. Can you hold them for a couple of weeks? So I
See,
picked it up
that sounds like what happens with the Triforce table. You see a lot of pretty stuff. It's just like, damn it.
Yeah, I just need to not walk by that table because every time I walk by and I stop, I buy something. Or I start planning. It's awful.
Well, see, all right, this makes me feel good though. So I need to live vicariously through you. Then I need to show you what catches my eye and hope you buy it, so then I can watch you enjoy it.
Or no, even better, at the show, this pattern caught my eye, but John had the wrong card on there. So I'm reading through. I'm like, oh, all these jeans for that price? I'm like, give it to me right now. And he's like, no, I put the wrong card there. That's like a $6,000 animal. I'm like, I thought something was up. I cried though.
I said every once in a while, John. Yeah, every once in a while, John does a whoopsies.
It was great.
Hey, I mean, if it's there at that price, I'd hold him to it.
You know what,
Down.
John had like. There was somebody that had caught a whoopsie with John, and I mean, like it was a steal that they got. And John's one of those kind of guys that he honored, like he honored it. I give him props for it. He didn't back out of it. He honored the whoopsies, and I think Tara was the one that wasn't it you, Tara? I see. Yeah,
My husband Scott. Yeah, he had picked one out and it was marked at a different price, but John honored the price that it was marked at.
Yep.
That's the kind of thing that makes sure somebody comes back to you, though.
Yeah.
Oh, every time we go, to Gettysburg, we buy at least one snake, if not two, from Triforce.
Yeah.
You can't just walk by their table and not buy something.
This is true. Ken, what's up, dude? Good to see you. I got to see Ken at the show too there for a couple split seconds. Then I got bombarded with customers. So that ended the bullshit session real quick, basically. But it was good to see you, Ken.
I mean, funny enough, I found Triforce just looking for, I think, double head clown pied animals on Morph Market. I think I ended up buying 3 from them. And then I haven't looked back since.
So what you're saying is part of your snake addiction is because of John and Christine.
Most definitely.
Okay. Damn you, John and Christine. Damn you all.
I'm definitely into the double digits in the number of animals that I have from them this year. I'm just hoping it's not more than like 2 dozen. I'm kind of afraid to count.
One of these days, maybe you'll actually buy something from me, Will. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I bought one from you. It's not my fault you didn't.
Well, that's true. You did. You got. Yeah, that's right. You got that killer pied girl. That's right. All right. I retract my statement.
Right. I mean, you are still on the list for something that you've actually produced. But
you need it's got to be Exanthic too. I feel as if for you, you've got to buy something Exanthic from me.
Oh, I want something Exanthic. I realize I have all these het TSK girls that are ready to breed, and I have one visual TSK boy. But he is a killer zebra bee, so I can't do some of these pairings because Spider's on the female side too. So
okay.
I need one that I can breed that doesn't have Spider in it.
Well, this year, my friend, you might be in luck because there's going to be a crap ton of Exanthic stuff hopefully produced this year.
Well, I mean, I kind of need one that's breed ready now.
Well, I can't. All right, I can't. Well, come on now, man. I'm good. I'm not that damn good. You might have to just wait till next year.
Can I just send you a bunch of random girls and then you can?
Whoa! Hold the phone here. I need you to take steaks from me, Will. I don't need you to send steak. Then you're not helping. You're worsening my snake addiction. This isn't how that works.
Oh, you have a room expansion. My room is full.
Well, see, but that expansion is basically already planned out. Like,
So,
I blame the carpets. Remember, it's all carpets.
I mean, look at this.
How big is all right? How big is that room? Because I feel as though rooms are never. They never show the. They never show you how big they actually are.
I mean, well, this is my office too, but I guess the width maybe it's like 12 feet, 14 feet.
Okay.
It's not super wide, but it
So
is long.
it's almost as big. It's basically the size of what my room is now. Then.
No, this room's probably 50% larger because it's longer.
Okay, because I think mine's 14 by 12, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, this is more than 14. I probably have 20 some odd feet to work with.
Okay.
Right. If I didn't have to work and I got rid of my desk, I could fit like 4 or 5 more racks in here. But that would be better.
You gotta get rid of the damn desk, man. Get them racks in there.
No, I got to work. That's how I afford the racks.
Oh, okay. All right. You might have a point there. So what else you got cooking up?
I'm just pairing. I just separated the like 32 pairings a couple of days ago. And we'll see, because a couple of them look like they're building and they're pretty good size. Although
Okay.
I do have an ultrasound that I apparently don't use.
You need to use that, my friend. You need to use that.
I don't know, I need a lesson from someone, because I can't make heads or tails out of it. On a really good day, I can find the file, go past the gallbladder. I'm good at finding the gallbladder, though.
Well, see, that's the start. Like, I mean, once you find that, everything else kind of falls into place. Hi, TJ. TJ's up. You can tell she's having a good time. Greg's gonna have his hands full tonight.
Hey, happy wife, happy life. That's how it works.
This is very true. This is very true. So, what are some of your anticipated pairings then for this season coming up?
I'm hoping to hit my own visual clown pies, and instead of just stuff that I've bought. In the next 6 months, those Citron double-head clown pied girls that I originally bought from Triforce, that they should hopefully be ready. So yeah, I'm at that transition where a lot of what I bought is either pairing or just about ready to be paired. I mean, I have a lot of adults with like single genes that for some reason I thought was a good idea to buy, that now I'm trying to offload to make space.
Well, what are they? Maybe the people that are watching could possibly use those adults if you know what they are off the top of your head.
Yeah, like I have a bunch of like yellow bellies that are 50% head for pie, because I thought it'd be a great idea to make ivories. Right, if I could slap myself from like 3 years ago, I would. But it's what it is, because they're good girls, right? But I don't mind one of them. I just don't need 4 of them. So I was buying everything in volume because they were heads, and I wanted to have better chances of hitting things. So, I mean, the idea isn't bad. I just have way too much of that kind of stuff.
I said way too much of the same thing, basically, on that aspect.
Yeah, and then it's like I can't even run an auction and try to get rid of it, because, I mean, who would want it? It's a lot of pet keeper stuff. And if I try and wholesale it, and now I have to worry that someone's going to feed it off to the monitor. So I'm just working, lowering prices, trying to get someone to to take them who will actually keep it as a pet, or maybe who has an interest in breeding it.
Okay. See, you know what? There are shows. I've had people snag stuff like proven adults and all that stuff. There's TJ's all wound up. Um, like I thought I'd be going home with some of these adults, and they fly out of the tower. Like I think it's just finding those people at the right show. And this time of year, I would think would be a good place to have adults, because people that want to breed, some of they want to jump on that bandwagon. They don't want to wait. They want those females that are up to size.
Yeah, I'll try. I mean, my next show's not going to be until the middle of January. I'll go to Repticon in Baltimore. So.
Oh, that's right. Repticon is in January.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
And then Oaks is the following week. I'm going to be retired.
Oh shit! Is it? Oh, is it really?
Yes, but Oaks is going to be on Sunday and not Saturday. It's the one show of the year that's on a Sunday.
So Oaks is the 26th then.
Yeah.
Oh hell! All right, I'm in a coinky dink then. I ever know how to pull that one off. Well, I'm glad you said something. Well, now. I've got a little bit of time here to figure that one out.
Yeah, I mean, originally I was going to go back to Hamburg in February, but I'm not going to go back. I was just so unhappy with yesterday.
I totally get your reasoning for that, because that there I think was a little that was a little ass backwards and asinine on their end. Like that, I don't think that was handled properly on their end.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Because I was right next to Rick from Arcade. I could have just asked for a couple of passes, but that's not the point, right? I bring my kids, they're helping me, and you're just going to walk up to me, look at my table, and say, hey, well, one vendor, one pass, you need to pay for them? I'm like, really? I'm here trying to sell animals, trying to help the show, and then you're going to nickel and dime me? You're going to charge me an extra $20 for what? So, I mean, just on principle, if that's how you're going to treat your vendors, I don't need to be there. I mean, it's not like Pennsylvania is short on shows.
No, Pennsylvania is many things. It is not short on reptile shows. That is for damn sure. Now that there, I look at it this way. Your kid, like, who cares? Like, they're your kids. Like, I just like, I don't know. I don't see the, like you're paying vendor. You've paid the table rent of, it's like what, $100.
Yeah, it's $100 for the table.
Like, for God's sake, like whoop-de-do if the kids are there and they walk around the show or whatever. I don't think the show's going to be hurting because you brought your kids along. Like, I
I understand if you brought like 6 linebackers with you to stand behind your table.
Yeah, I could understand if you brought like several other adults with you that would then, basically be using you to get into the show for free. I can get that. But not your kids. Like, that's it. When you told me that, I was just kind of like, that's a little ridiculous.
Like I said, I am reasonable, and my kids weren't walking around. They've been to enough expos where now they've got no interest, right? But we got there a little late, like half an hour before the show started, so we didn't even have chairs, right? They literally sat back against the wall, and they were sprawled there like dead bodies for 6 hours playing games. And like I'm walking over, I'm like, I'm gonna kick you. You know, and I guess that's what I found that the most upsetting. You know, I get it. You know, we're paying for the tables. That's how you make money. But you know, I have a little respect.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That, in my opinion, was definitely could have been handled a lot differently. I mean, it's one thing if they're adults and they're there using you to get in and kind of trying to buck the system a little bit there, but not for your little. Not, I mean, I mean, not for like I say little kids. I mean, your kids aren't like little, but still not like they're not that damn old.
You know, and you know, I wouldn't let someone in just to circumvent paying for the ticket, right?
Yeah.
It's we have to be fair. I'm fine with that.
Nah, that I get why you're not going to be going back. 100%, I do get it, and I don't
So,
blame you for it either.
I mean,
so my
I'll go back
question.
as part of the crowd. I mean, I'll pay for the ticket. That's fine, but I won't been there again. Not after that.
So what if you were a single parent? You have to take your kid with you to be able to vend. You're already struggling because you're a single parent. So you also have to pay extra because you can't afford a babysitter. You had to take your kid with you to vend. Like, that just does not make any sense at all that they would
No, it
do that.
doesn't.
I mean, I don't think she cares. I'm assuming that was her daughter, and she's like, well, I didn't make the rules, so I'm just trying to enforce them. And I've never seen a show walk table to table and look and count. That's just terrible in my eyes. And I get having the rules to protect yourself, but because I have one table, I shouldn't bring 4 people with me. I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah.
Right? And like my kids aren't even the ones going table to table trying to touch everything. Right? I mean, at Oaks, you had that one kid. I forget who his parents were, but he was going from table to table with a boa trying to trade you for something. I'm like, get away from me before I spray you with Preventamine.
I think I had a kid. I think I did have a kid come up trying to trade a boa to me. I'm like, nah, I don't do boas.
It's funny that kid started with the boa inside of a deli container. And by like midway through the show, the boa's just hanging in his hand. I'm like, that poor snake.
Man, that's not a good look there. That's for sure. So, is there anything else you got? What other because you've got other species? Well, so like, what do you got planned for your other species going that you have cooking?
They're just pets, right? I'm just an absolute crackhead. I just love having all different sorts of snakes. I have probably 20, 21 species now, and
Shit. Okay.
they're just all pets. I think I have 2 coastals that they're both boys, so none of that's happening. Although I have some BCI that I think next year I will try to pair just so that I can say I have more than one species. Right?
Okay.
To get a little breeder street cred there. And then I've got the hogs I'm raising up, but I spend so much time and effort raising these guys up. If I pair them together and the girl just decides that she needs a snack, I'm going to be really upset. So that makes me a little hesitant. But plus the one that's ready, her name is Karen, and that should just explain everything.
See, and this goes for anybody as well too. Everybody remembers Mike, my buddy that was doing the boas breeding and stuff. He has told me that he's officially like he's getting out of it. So I forget how many boas he said that are left, and Mike's got I don't know exactly what's left, as far as morphs and all that stuff, but I do know Mike had a killer boa collection. So that being said, if anybody does want to purchase a boa collection or maybe a couple boas from the collection, hit me up. I'll send you his way. But I do know that he is. I think I'm like it sounds like he's done.
I mean, I just love working with these animals. I'm at a point where the collection hasn't improved enough. I'm certainly not cash positive, so I'm not breeding for the money, at least not yet. But it's, I mean, this is fun. It relaxes me. I enjoy it. I don't see myself stopping it anytime soon. But plus I have mugs and pens. I can't just quit.
well, all right. Little tip though, my friend. You got to stop buying some snakes so that way you can become a little bit more in the positive. If you quit giving into the peer pressure of the great deals that Triforce may show in front of you.
The auctions are killing Will.
It is. I mean, Reptile Creations is worse than Triforce. I probably have more of Anthony's ball pythons than I have from anybody else.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't tune in next Saturday. I'll probably buy something.
No, what is his? Is he having a holdback rack auction or something? Or
yes.
Okay.
Saturday night.
All right. Well, I will make sure I avoid it. That being said, though, everybody, if you do I wholeheartedly do support like Jessica and the holdback rack. I do enjoy when she does put content out. I miss that regular live that she had going on too. I do miss that a lot. She did really good with that.
I think I just caught it on the replay.
Oh, okay. See, I tried to catch it live. A lot of times I had to catch it on the replay. I did try to catch it live when I could, especially layoff. Over layoff. Excuse me. Pardon me. Over layoff like now, that was like my all right. Holdback rack live auction or live, catching it live. That's I always looked forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, there are just so many auctions. There's some serious auction fatigue.
No, I think that's part of why everything's kind of gotten to where it's at too market wise. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I do think a lot of people, they sit and they wait for, let me adjust this light here a little bit. I'm sorry, folks. I'm trying to not liking this witness protection crap that I got going on. I do think though that you get a lot of people, they see those auction prices and they don't jump on anything else because they'll wait, especially for someone that does regular auctions. They'll wait for that person to put that animal up for auction if it sits too long. And then it just, the price just drops from there. So that's kind of I think that's where the thought that the purpose of them, yes, I get it. Just like I do the auctions for the sponsors. There's a reason to do it. It gives that outing. When you got to make room, you got to do it. It's nice to give people a deal here and there. But it's the constant deal. And I think that's what people expect, that's what those prices are. And that's what, that's what value is of it. And that's becoming that regular. Instead of it being that once, one-time deal that probably won't happen again.
Well, I mean, if you look at the Morph Market auctions, the base value of these animals from like the bigger breeders, they're steadily going up, and those prices are dropping. Right, you're getting visual sunsets for like $700, $1,000. It's crazy.
Oh, dude, that's gotta. I didn't realize. I didn't see. I try to stay away from the auctions. But I did not realize that Visual Sunsets were going for that dirt cheap at this point.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's what they end up on, but I know I'm looking at some of these with like 6-8 hours left. It's well under 1,000.
Okay. So chances are, I mean, it's probably chances are they're probably getting up a little over 1,000 then, if it's that long's left, would be my guess. Don't quote me on it though.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not a bad price if you're looking to get into those projects.
Oh no, I mean, sadly I think that like the prices I've seen, like DG Exantics, and John and I have talked about this a lot. Jamie, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. The fact, like some of these prices are dropping because everybody started chasing it real quick. Just like Justin made the DG Exantic clown. Well, everybody jumped on making DG Exantics, and DG Exantic, like they were chasing that DG Exantic clown. Me included. I'm not going to exclude myself, but that's kind of already always been the goal though for me. It wasn't necessarily chasing, but that was already my vision before he, produced it. But I think that's, everybody was chasing those things, made the double visuals, and now you're starting to steadily see the price is just dropping and dropping because they're sitting there, they're not moving at all, and the prices just keep dropping and till they hit the hard, like, at some point they'll sell, but it's scary to see what it's going to take for them to sell.
Well, I mean, that's the thing that I've been noticing for the past year. If you just have a double visual or a triple visual with nothing else in it, the first handful will sell for a high price, and then it plummets after that. It doesn't hold that value.
Yeah.
I think earlier this year, I think back during the summer, I bought a triple visual albino clown pied female. I think it came out to like $700, and that's a great price for me. I've always wanted one of these animals. I have the pieces. I'm going to continue to make my own, but to be able to pick that up for such a low price, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm going to turn around and make a triple head and toss like 4 or 5 different go down genes in there. Well, why the hell not? Right? Because I'm going to make what I want, and I want it to be pretty.
Yeah. I know, like with me, like I've been struggling with it. It's the chocolate hypo that's double het DG clown. I had her up at 3. Now I told myself I wasn't going to do it, but just as an experiment, I dropped her $500. So she's at like I think she's at 26 or 2,500 on Morph Market. I forget. But still, like, no one jumping on her, which baffled me. Like that's a good female to have.
Well, I mean, you still have a glut of breeders that are selling entire collections. Like 2 or 3 months ago, I was talking to Ian, and like he's turned people away. So many people are trying to sell him collections, and like one guy that he turned away just walked away and left the entire collection there.
I did hear about that. I forget who told me about that one. Maybe you told me that before. Someone told me that, and like I was just like shocked. Like,
I mean, there's easier ways to make money, and there's more fun ways to lose money rather than breeding. If you really don't love these animals, well, why are you bothering?
Yeah. No, and that's the other thing too. Like, I'm stubborn as all hell when it comes to certain stuff, and I don't like seeing prices drop like crazy. And I stick strongly to my hard decks on animals where this is where we don't go below. Like, we just don't do it. And $2,500 is basically that hard deck for that girl. I can hold on to her. She's a visual double head. I will make killer stuff off of that girl. And it, like, I won't blink an eye at it. Like, she's completely fine staying here. So it's just like that zebra bee that I have, that fire zebra bee. I mean, I don't really want to get rid of him. I've had people make me lower offers than what I have him at on the table. Every person I've told, it's like, yeah, I'm not bud. Like, pay what's on the thing, or he's going home with me. Like, it's kind of like I do try to stick to my guns on that stuff.
Yeah, if I didn't have my killer zebra bee boy, I would have just bought that because the coloration on that snake is so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even I know I shouldn't have two of those that are that similar in genetics.
But I mean, like, I have a hard time turning down a beautiful Exantic. Like, hands down, it's hard. John says, won't end till the people who have investment animals stop. It's all about supply and demand. That it is. And there's definitely a shit ton of supply. And sadly, I had this talk with somebody else at the show. holding on to price is how a holdback is born, basically. If you have room, then somebody can do that. That's also very true. I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I mean, I've got that TSK, the pastel Exantic het clown female. She's dropped, like, she's getting some size to her. She's growing like crazy, and I have someone that's interested in her, but they haven't dropped the hammer yet. They said if she's still available by July, or not July, by February, they're going to jump on her. But, I mean, I look at that female, and every time I open that tub, it's just like, she's just like the perfect example. And it's like, I don't know how much more I can open that tub and be like, you're for sale still. Like, she's getting to that point where it's just like, you know what? Like, you're off the table now. Like, and that's what I've always told myself too. Like, how could, like, I could always use another visual het clown female. Like, let me get her here once. Where you at?
Once they hit like 600 some odd grams, if they don't sell, then normally I'll keep them. I put in all that work anyway.
Of course, she's in witness protection too. I mean, she's just beautiful. I mean, she's silver. She's perfect looking Exantic. God, I wish I knew how to. Let me try to get out of the frame here. Maybe it'll.
Well, I mean, just speaking to what John and Christine are saying, I'm not chasing anything high end because all those values drop and they're dropping quickly. They're like, I don't need to spend 10, 15K on something, and then it's a race to see how quickly I can get something to size so that I can pair them. I want to be able to take my time. I would much rather spend $500 on something or like $800 on something and just give it the time it needs to grow.
And right. Rob hits the nail on the head too, that there's too many people that have high-end offspring that they need to offload.
Yeah,
that's also part of the issue too, as well.
But what everyone needs to remember is by the time Justin or Miguel or Billy show something, that they're like 2 or 3 years into that project, and they have a bunch of stuff that you don't see. So, yeah, you buy it, but you're already behind the 8 ball.
Yep, and that's one thing. Like, I never understood the people that want to chase the big guys, because what you're being showed, you they're beyond that already. That's why they're showing it to you, because they're way beyond that aspect to begin with. Like it, like they're showing you that stuff so that way you see what you could make, but they're not showing you what's already, where they're at with that actual project. Like they're trying to hype it up so that way you want to buy what they have to catch them. Basically, is my thought.
Exactly. The way I look at it is, I'm blessed either way.
No idea what that song is, but damn, Greg's gonna need a hearing test after that party.
I'm sitting here breeding snakes, trying to sell snakes. I could have much worse problems. So, I'm living a blessed life. And whatever I sell them for, I sell them for. At the end of the day,
And that's the thing too, like John was saying too, if you've got room to spare, you can stay. You're more able to stick to those prices. Which, I mean, it's not that I have room, but I don't have room. If that makes any sense at all. I mean, I've got the empty space, but then looking at things ahead, obviously I'm doing the room expansion because I'm out of space technically. But once that room expansion takes hold, then I've got a lot of space, but that space is already basically spoken for and filled because of some of the projects that I'm doing. Like the carpets are going to take up a bunch of that new room. The balls are going to get to have a little bit of it, but that's taken up by like the bang stuff and the Xanthic stuff. I mean that's that the room's already spoken for. Basically, it's filled before it's done. Basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Speaking of carpets, I need a breadline. Those breadles are just so nice.
Dude, hit Owen up. Hit Owen up over at Rogue Reptiles, dude. If you want a Bradley, hit Owen up. I think he had some at the last show.
I've been trying not to look at them because then I'll just come home with one randomly.
Yeah, but Bradleys aren't going to break the bank, though. I mean, you can splurge a little on those.
No, I'm not so worried about breaking the bank buying one. I still got to house it.
That's the problem with the carpets is they take up so much room.
They do. They do. But you know what, though? I'm okay with the room that they take up because nothing like hell, I keep thinking she's out. I see like the camera makes it look like Celeste is out sometimes when I look up top there. The carpets are just by far my favorite to work with. So that's what, like, the room that they take, I am completely okay with how much room they take.
There's nothing like seeing that big ball of black and yellow contrast laying on top of those perches in there. When you come in and the lights just hitting the snake just right. I mean, that's just total satisfaction for me. I'm with you there.
Let me pull this boy out and not get bit.
That's actually one of the things the people who come over to my house say. They're like, that snake is out all the time. Why aren't the other ones?
Yeah.
And I have to explain to them because they're not the same thing. That carpets like to be out more and they like to perch and hang. They make a very good, basically, display animal.
They do. They do 100%.
My battery's about to go out on me here, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off before I do so abruptly. So it's been great chatting with you guys.
All right, brother. It was good seeing you. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Absolutely. I'm glad I could make it. I was a little worried that it wasn't going to be able to pull it off, but at least I pulled it off as Darkman for a little while, so we'll go with that.
Well, tell TJ we all say hi.
I'll remind her in the morning. She'll never remember tonight.
She did look like she was feeling a little good.
Oh, she's in good spirits, just to say that. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. We'll see you later on.
You too. Later, Greg. All right, let's put Will up here so he can show off some beautiful
He
carpet.
He was getting fed. The
Now, that
second
looks
I
like
woke up, he struck at me.
that's a jungle jag, isn't it?
Yeah, that is.
Okay.
I mean, this one came from Olympus.
Oh, okay. That's one of Matt's babies.
Yep, I'm just glad I have one of these. I'm just
The
waiting
Matt's
for this
boy
thing
was
to bite.
gorgeous.
He does not like me at all.
Really? Dude, he's actually doing pretty good, I think. Especially for nighttime with a carpet. I mean,
You know, I don't have an issue with them at night. Well, once I get them out of the enclosure, that they tend to be not too bad. But it's when I open that door that I got to worry.
I'll keep working with him. And yeah, the second you don't work with them on a regular basis like that, you get like my three, and when it's nighttime, you just don't go in. They are very programmed that once those lights have gone out, it doesn't matter if you turn the lights back on or not. It's it's go time. Anything that comes in is food.
Yeah. No, I mean I feed these guys during the day. I
Okay.
try to throw food in there in between meetings. So
Okay, I gotcha.
yeah, that probably helps me a little bit. But like this is the right part of the week where like he's just expecting food. So like he's just eyeing me. Yeah.
How old is he? Because he looks like he's got decent size to him.
No, he's a pretty good size. I mean, yeah, I want a Bradley's, but I need to buy a few more enclosures. I'm just talking to Ed now to get him to price out some custom size ones. Ooh, yeah.
There was a little bit of jag showing out.
I haven't seen that before. Right, that head movement. This is the first time I've seen it.
That's just he's just jagging. That's all. That's all that was.
Yeah,
I mean, jag's essentially it's spider in a carpet.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
You know what though? If this is the worst he gets, I can live with that.
Oh, exactly. And see, it's the thing though too. Like, there's good examples of a jag, and there's bad examples, and then there's in the middle. Like it, and sometimes certain things, like whatever just happened there, something just triggered him to have a moment.
It's true, but look at him though. He's so nice looking.
Oh my God, yeah.
How do you say no to this?
Well, see, that's the funny thing you say that. Well, I don't say no to that because that's why Xena is over at Nathan's place. Because he's supposedly, hopefully doing the deed with Nathan's caramel jag. So we could have jungle jags, jags. We could have jungles, like a little bit of everything in between. Like, it'll be interesting to see what the babies come out like.
I don't need another carpet, so I'm gonna skip that video because that's probably where I would buy something.
You don't need to worry about the video. Well, we'll have them at the show. I'll get you at a show.
You're killing me.
I'll do to you like I did dirty to Phil. He was looking at one of the ones at Oaks couple earlier this year. I just yanked one out and I plopped it in his hand and grabbed like with the coolest looking one that I thought at the time. Grabbed it, put it in his hand. He just goes, "You son of a bitch." He goes, "What do I owe you?" I was like, "All right."
That's how I bought my my boa. Michelle had her around her neck. She's like 5 feet long, and then I go to hold her. 6 hours later, I'm like, "Damn it, I'll buy her too."
It happens, man. Like Thankfully, I don't let people hand me snakes that I'm tempted to buy. I know myself too good.
I have very poor willpower, as you can see. Get me in a room full of snakes that can't kill me, and there we go.
We're gonna start a chip system for you. Well, every month you don't buy a snake, you'll get a chip.
A potato?
Yeah, that won't work very well.
No. We're gonna go fancy here, Tara. We're gonna get him an actual, like a little poker chip.
Oh, okay.
And then after he goes so long, maybe like we'll set up a thing where like he gets like a free snake after so many like months of not buying one.
And a little mini trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that T negative Brooks thing was the only thing I bought yesterday. But I walked in with 7 ball pythons. Right, there 3 from John and Christine, and then another 4 from Nathan.
That's right. I forgot you got stuff from Nathan too. Ooh, excuse me.
I left Gettysburg with like 16 snakes that one Gettysburg we went to. I think it was the either July or the March show. We showed up with nothing, left with 16 snakes.
I said this last one. I thought he left with a bunch. I thought.
Yeah. I picked up a bunch from Danny. I think I had like 8 or 9 just from Danny, and then I had a few from Nathan as well.
And then one from me.
Bag. Oh no! This is even worse from the last holdback rack auction. I have 27 that's sitting with Anthony. I'm like, what the hell am I going to put them?
Dude, you need to start a fire sale, my friend.
I've been trying. No one even looks like my bananas are like $100. People are like, oh, they're
that baffles me that bananas can't. That you can't move the bananas at 100. That does baffle me.
I mean, it kills me. And people point them out. And then they want to look at them, and then they walk away and they don't come back. So, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, do I need to try to pressure everyone to buy a snake like on the spot? I don't know.
I don't even know what to tell you because I've had people where I thought I had the sale. I thought it was a done deal, and then it just like fell apart in front of me, and I just kind of stood there like, huh? Like they handed me the snake and said, "All right, thanks, bye." I'm just like, huh? Like, wait a minute here. Like it said, like 2 seconds ago, I thought you were gonna walk off with this thing, and it was good. Now you're saying it like it's. Like I said, the market's weird. I think once tax time comes, the people that do have a good variety left, I think they're going to reap the benefit of tax season, which I think that happens almost every season anyway. But I think maybe that might be where you start, where it's been maybe a little bit slow for you here or there. I think that might be where all of a sudden you start having snakes just flying off the shelf if you've got a price like you're saying.
I mean, I hope so because I'm not trying to hold on to them to try to make the last $50, right? If I know you're gonna give the snake a good home, that's really all that matters. I think I had one guy back in March at the Scranton show, who seemed like he knew what he was doing, right? He had an adult ball python, he had an adult boa, and over the course of months, he just starved that thing to death, right? Every time they would walk in the room, that snake was striking at them, and I'm like, you have a stressed snake, but like you need to change the enclosure, and I didn't do anything. So that now. In his eye, it's my fault that I sold him a bad snake, a 300-gram plus snake that didn't eat for like 5 or 6 months.
Oh wow, okay.
I mean, it's
frustrating. Like I told the guy, like, hey, you know what? I'll get on a call with you. Hey, do this, do this. Like, like anything. I can see that snake is pretty stressed and unhappy. All you
Yeah.
need to fix it.
Well, I've had people, even a couple people that have gotten carpets lately. They message me saying, this or that, and it's like, all right, well, that's like by now, like those babies, like they're that on point with food. It's like, all right, if they're not eating, like there's something going on. So I've had, asked them to send me pictures of like what the setup, and I go over, how I keep them, send them the video to refer to as well. Because some people, they learn better by being able to watch something, by being able to visually see it. So, I send all that stuff. I also ask them, send me a picture of your enclosure. Like that's one of the first things I try to, after walking through, and asking them a couple questions. The next thing is, send me a picture of your setup. Let me see what you're doing. And the second I saw the setup, it's like, okay, I immediately saw the problem, because they were saying that it was hiding up in like the upper corner of the enclosure on a branch. It's like, okay, but it didn't want to eat, and it was striking and everything. It's like, okay, so we're defensive, we're scared, we're trying to find someplace tight and where we can feel secure. They needed to have hides. And I want to message them this week and see later on this week and see how, if anything has changed with how the snake's acting. But I think the hide issue was the problem, because they didn't have any hides for it in there. Because I mean, let's face it, carpets are very like they are always out. Sometimes it's hard to imagine that they do hide sometimes.
Yeah, especially when they're in shed, that they'll
Yeah.
they'll hide. Well, when this guy
Yeah.
sees me, he'll run in his hide sometimes because he thinks he's going to get picked up. I mean,
Oh man, no. See, mine normally, if they're in a hide, like right now, I mean, Lagatha's in a hide, Celeste is in a hide, which I'm shocked that she's not out. Hercules is out though, but Lagatha, she's kind of laying there. She wants to, like, she's legit. She's in like this food driven. I have to eat, which I threw the ultrasound on her, and she's halfway through follicle development as it is. So that's why I need Ragnar to shed, so that way I can get him on par and find out if he's going to do the job or not. Because if he's not, then I got to split Hercules between two females this year and hope that he gets the job done, because he didn't do it well for Nathan last year, so I don't know if it was a female issue on Nathan's end or if it's a male issue on my end. So we got to see if we can't get him to lock up this year with some girls.
well, I mean, you'll have a pretty good idea after the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, once Ragnar locks or gets, well, like I said, once he sheds, and once I see if I can't get Celeste to take a rat, then I'll put Hercules up in with Celeste and Ragnar in there with Lagatha, and we'll rock and roll with the carpet season.
Oh man, he's cutting off my circulation. He's on tight.
They do that sometimes. I don't know why. It's like they think that they're going to constrict you while you're holding them for some reason.
It's funny. He's got both hands though. Look at this.
Yeah. No, dude. Yeah. It's an odd feeling sometimes. Like it's kind of like, Chinese finger trap. Only it's a snake. But I think we're gonna call it a night, guys. It is 10:30. I wanted to make sure I at least gave the folks here a good solid 2 hours. I think it was a great live tonight. I had fun hanging out with all of you. It was fun getting to hear and see what you guys are working with, what some of the new updates and exciting news is. I am planning on doing a member live this week sometime. It'll probably be midweek. We'll do it at night. I am hoping also, folks, I'm going to do it once, see how it catches on. Maybe I got to refine the thought. Maybe, I don't know. I thought about doing a Husbandry Pro live during the daytime, though, so I know that might be a little hard for people to catch. we'll give it a shot, see what happens. But it kind of like be a thing that if people have questions about Husbandry Pro, help walk them through it and kind of just help guide them through, or maybe even get people to see the light a little bit and want to hop on the bandwagon and join in the fun with it.
Oh, you know what, Jeremy? I need 60 more seconds. I have one more thing I want to show.
You got it, Will. Next week, though, folks, I do have Zach Parpart from Parpart's Pythons, and I think it's Pythons and more. But he's representing Husbandry Pro anyway. But we're going to be going over some of the new features, mainly the shed testing stuff with Husbandry Pro. But on top of that, I'm going to see if I can, because he's been doing a couple different lives here lately with, like, I know he was on with Holly's show. He was on with Nikki and Kurt there from Irresistible. So I want to see, with him being on those other podcasts recently within this past month's time, I'm going to see if I can't get him to, all right, what we got here? My kind of don't want none unless you got some
Buns.
buns. Oh, okay. Unless you got buns. That's definitely a hog nose shirt there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny though. Like I find these slogans that make me laugh, and I turn them into shirts. Because why the hell not?
Yeah, shit. Yeah, hell. Thank you, Lindsay. Hopefully you are able to hop in and join and give me some content to be able to help teach people. But yeah, so we'll see how it goes. It will. I don't want to say it'll be a weekly thing. We'll do it this week. See how it goes. And we'll kind of just play it by ear as to how far we take it and all that good stuff. Because not everybody might want to see the Husbandry Pro content. But like I said, we'll have Zach on Sunday. Maybe I can get him to start talking about the new Husbandry Pro that's coming out. So I think it's called Husbandry Pro Next, if I'm not mistaken. But that's got some really cool features. And I do believe partners are supposed to be getting beta access when it does in fact drop. So I should be able to get beta access. So if that does happen, and when that does happen, I'm going to maybe see if I am not allowed to slightly tease it for you folks. I'm going to make sure I dot my I's, cross my T's, and don't piss anybody off. Like I definitely don't want to piss Robert or Zach off. But I think that might be a good way to get a little bit more hype behind Husbandry Pro, because I think anybody that is not using it, you're missing out. But anyway, that's the end of my spiel. This week's video also, folks, I have no freaking idea what it's going to be. I need to get a video out showing some of the animals you guys have no idea that are here, that have recently come here throughout the past couple of months. And I feel as though the joke is everything's going to be breeding before you guys all get to see it. Sadly, one of those is breeding, and you guys haven't knowingly gotten to see it yet. It's been teased in a couple videos as B-roll footage, but you didn't know probably what it was unless you know that it's here. But yeah, so there's some animals that need to be shown off. Some shout outs need to be given on the producers of those animals. So yeah, plus there's some other stuff I think I need to cover too before I worry about those videos. So I don't know what this week's video is going to be. So we'll see. I got a little bit of time. I'm laid off, folks. I got nothing but time technically. But yeah. So Tara, Will, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Hang on here 1 second while I wrap this up, folks. Remember, Carpet15 for shedtesting.com. Get that 15% off of your order, and Warfel's 60 to get your 60-day free trial of Husbandry Pro. Links for all that stuff is in the description down below. Don't forget to use it. Check out the channel sponsors as well. Check out the channel membership. I need to get a little bit better with doing the monthly member lives. Also, for anybody that is a channel member and you are not in the IG chat, message me through IG, because I don't know who some of you are that are in the members, and I don't know how, like, it's hard to find some of you folks on Instagram. So message me so I can add you to the IG chat. So that way you're kind of in the know with some of this stuff. So yeah, so that's going to be it, folks. Greatly appreciate all the love and support. I hope you guys all have an awesome, awesome week. And keep an eye out for when that Husbandry Pro video will drop, or the live will drop. It'll probably be like midweek. So I'm thinking like Wednesday, maybe Thursday. We'll see. One of those 2 days. And also Wednesday or Thursday will be the member live as well. So looking forward to it. Thank you again. Everybody have an awesome week. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so that way you're alerted with when all that stuff happens. And I'll catch you next time. Later. If this thing would play.